Mike Gallagher. Every day, Mike visits with Mark Davis, morning host on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas. Here's today's M&M Experience.
I watched Biden yesterday at this press conference with Zelensky, and I'm telling you what, the guy, it's so embarrassing. He even started the press conference. I'm gonna ask questions, or you're gonna ask a question. I mean, and Zelensky's looking at him like, what the heck is wrong with you?
I know.
I mean, the two of them are up there, and you can see Zelensky, who's begging for money, begging for aid. Oh, and we gave it to him. We gave him a couple $100 million because that's how they roll at the Biden administration. Forget that the whole country is turning against unlimited funding for Ukraine. Yes. Sorry, elitists, we're not in for forever wars that are somebody else's border dispute. We got our own border problems. But it was so, just on a purely human level, it's just cringeworthy. There's no way this man is in office for 4 more years.
Oh, well, you're right. But let me go to let me add a little game that you and I will play for 60 seconds based on your pretty steadfast belief that he won't even be the nominee.
No way.
He will not be on the ballot. And I totally get that. And there's plenty of reason. I just find myself wondering what exactly happens where he's not. And I think the only thing is he comes to us and says, I'm out of the race.
Right.
Something there is zero indication that he's going to do right now, but that could change tomorrow in these volatile times. So let's do the following thing. And maybe we'll do this, maybe not every week, every couple of weeks. It's kind of a John McLaughlin thing. On a scale of 1 to 10, Mike Gallagher, where number 10 is metaphysical certitude and 0 is no chance whatsoever. What is the numerical likelihood that, let's make it this way, that Biden is the nominee? So if your number is 0, that means you are swearing on a stack of Bibles that he's not the nominee. 10 means he swearing on a stack of Bibles that he absolutely is the nominee. So I'll start, and I'm going to go 7.
That he is?
That he is. I mean, it's not 10. I mean, everybody thinks, oh, how do you know I don't know it.
Care to make it interesting?
Maybe.
Let's wager something.
Give me your number first.
-5. There's no way. I mean, again, anybody watching the press conference yesterday would say, I'm not real sure he's going to make it to February.
I know.
The world knows. Everybody's looking at this going, I mean, again, I'm not even saying this as a political judgment. I'm a 63-year-old guy. I want Joe Biden to live to be 100. I want to live to be 100. I want us all to live to be 100. And by the way, on that note, real quick, our sympathies and prayers and condolences to the family of the great Joe Piscopo, who has a studio right down the hall from where I'm seated right now here in New York City. Mama Piscopo passed away at the age of 99. I saw Joe just yesterday, and Joe said, man, she's hanging in. She's strong, but she was, sort of comatose. But what a life!
He's a good son. What a neat lady, and so
he's one of the kindest guys. Joe is one of these neat people. Some would say, obsequious. No, that's really from the heart. He is so kind to other people around him. And this guy, big star, Saturday Night Live, movies, and now morning show here in New York on AM 970, The Answer. And I asked him yesterday, because how's she doing? I said, is she in any pain? And he stopped and said, Mike, leave it to you with such a poignant question and such an important question, because thankfully, no, she's not. She's mostly, out of consciousness. But he was profoundly grateful that I asked that question. That's the kind of guy he is. So anyway, what a life led. And she was blessed with a beautiful, beautiful, loving son like Joe, and prayers to the Piscopo family. But yeah, just on a human level, Mark, there isn't any way this guy, I mean, people are looking this, you got to look at the job in 4-year increments. There's no other way to look at it.
So just to be, just for the record keeping, you are a 0. This is your absolute
-5.
You're actually literally a -5. Okay.
-5.
Listen, if we get closer and it looks like maybe he's not going to step down, you can raise your number. If there's murmurs from the White House that he's thinking about it, my number can come down. But I'm going to go with myself.
I want to know.
It's a -5.
I know what a fan you are of Casino, and casinos and gambling.
Well,
You're a big gambler. You're a big pro gambler.
Yeah,
let's make it interesting. Come on, you pick a number.
But it should be.
We pick a charity. We pick
something charitable.
We pick a charity. Mine, of course, is Gallagher's Heroes, the Fallen Officer Fund. I watched a video, incidentally, speaking of police officers. There was a woman with a knife. This video just got released, and it was heartbreaking. This woman comes out of an apartment building with a knife, and the officer has his body cam on, and you can hear he's got he sounds like he's a young guy, and he's got his gun aimed on her, and he's saying, "Ma'am, drop the knife. Miss, drop that knife. Drop that knife." There's another officer off to the side, and the woman with the knife charges him. He said, "You're going to get shot. Stop it. Stop it. Drop it." And he pleads to the other officer, "Tase her, please." Well, it was so quick. She charged at him. He shoots and kills her. He shoots her in the head. Takes her down. And you know what was heartbreaking is hearing him on the body cam after the shooting, the anguish and the grief that the officer was experiencing because he didn't want to do that.
Nobody wants to.
Nobody wants. And these officers go through so much. That's why we published the First Responders Bible at Gallagher's Heroes, which is a King James version with the spiritual fitness manual at the end of it. We've sent thousands and thousands out to first responders all over the country, thanks to the generosity of our listeners. So that should be that. My charity is Gallagher's Heroes, the Fallen Officer Fund.
I got to figure one out.
You figure out. You designate. Get back to me tomorrow, and let's talk about. And let's get a. And don't pussyfoot around here. No $25 here. Come on. We're gonna.
Let's go a grand.
A grand. You're on a grand.
Yeah.
Mine is if I win. If Biden drops out, you got to put a grand into the Gallagher's Heroes coffers.
Everybody hit the text line on who my charity ought to be.
Yeah,
there are 50 that occur to me. 866-660-5759.
Pick one. Pick a great charity.
The bottom line is, if Biden is the nominee, Mike has to pony up a grand to mine, and if he's not, then I'm screwed.
$1,000, and I get your checkbook up.
You know what? No matter what it is. Wow. Wait. You know something? Well, it means that Biden's not the one. What do I want politically? I want him to be the nominee.
Oh, I do too. I know. Don't get me wrong.
This thing, I know.
Let him dig his heels in. I hope
after seeing yesterday, absolutely.
Now, I want one final note here. Do you read Axios, by the way, at all?
I do. I really part of my diet.
I really like Axios, and I know they're inside the Beltway, and they probably tilt left. It's Mike Allen's online site, but
it's useful.
It's very useful. And did you know they've got like a big network of cities?
Locals. There's Axios Dallas, Axios Tampa. Sure.
There really is. And so, anyhow, Axios.com, Mike Allen writes a great piece, big piece, how the anti-DEI movement is expanding. The backlash in America over diversity, equity, and inclusion programs is sharpening in politics, business, and academics, Axios's Erica Pandy reports. I mean, look at Harvard. I mean, the white college president from UPenn, out. No, do not pass go. Didn't take 2 seconds. The female president from MIT, she's under tons of pressure to resign. Harvard, the black college president,
not so much.
They're completely in her corner. Now, in other words, Harvard has chosen, as National Review writes, DEI over academics. I mean, Claudine Gay is off the hook. She brought all this shame upon the university. They've lost, I think, almost $1 billion already in donations. They don't care. She's a black woman. You can't fire the black woman, Mark. You can't get rid of the black woman. It's diversity.
It does require some time travel plus mind reading. So is our assertion, and it may well be the case, that if she were a white woman, she'd be as gone as the...
That's my assertion, yes. Plus 5.
Thoroughly... Everything's numerical now.
I mean, everything is now by a number. I
hear you. Well, listen, let's. I'll have a charity for you tomorrow.
Good.
And then we'll go, and it's a real, and I guess the definitive thing is Biden on the ballot in November 2024. That's
yeah, but there's got to be a cutoff. He might, because he's technically on the ballot now.
Well, no, but I mean,
there's not on the. Okay, wow. I think it's got to be at the convention.
I think it's got to be at the convention.
I mean, there's like. 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 I
where he's okay, gotcha. Where he'll be the nominee.
Right. It's the event. Right. The summer will seal the deal.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
And we're
exactly.
And so when we're in Chicago, dodging bullets and trying to keep our heads down for under mortar fire and trying not to get stabbed in the streets, we'll know. I'll be in Milwaukee and maybe Chicago. Who knows? Sweet. Milwaukee's the GOP convention. We got Joey Hudson on the road as well for us all through the primary process. So, all right, and on the number scale, plus 10 that I can't wait. We got the AM 970 The Answer Christmas party after the show today in Staten Island, and then you'll just see the back of my bald head heading to the airport to get back to sunny Florida because I've had it. Oof, this has been. And believe me, with everybody getting COVID these days, it'd be a miracle if I'm not going to be sniffling by There are so many people in this city right now, all hacking and coughing on everybody. So we'll see if I make it through the weekend.
Well, you might want to stay off the subway there, genius.
Well, there's too many people on the streets. You can't move.
You're outside on the street. Outside.
That's right. I'm in an Uber. But you don't go anywhere.
Download the podcast and hear all of Mike and Mark's conversations at MikeOnline.com for the M&M experience.